Sweet cabin, baby Lucille, is it you?
Welcome, horrible people, to the Horrorble Opinions podcast. As always, I'm your stupendous host with perfect nipple placement, Kenny.
Oh, I was wondering which one of you was gonna do it. All right.
Oh, someone said that during the movie.
Said what? We watched a movie?
You got perfect nipple placement.
I'm nearly headless Daniel.
I'm looking to press the start button on a whoop-ass machine, Ryan.
Oh, that's right, folks. We're watching the 2009 Friday the 13th Part 2 remake.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Well, yes.
I mean, they remade the flashback for Part 1. And honestly, you could say if we want to judge our remakes based on Killer and then Master wearing, it would be a Part 2, Part 3 remake. Because wasn't it all burlap for Part 2?
Burlap for Part 2.
He didn't get the mask till later.
It's a good movie.
Oh, is it?
I don't know. What do we do? Sharpen our machetes? Get our antlers on the wall?
All I'm saying
Get out of 30 years of ninja training.
Every scene that Jared Padalecki's not in, I'm like, where's Jared?
Oh, he is
And he
serving.
didn't show up for like 40 minutes.
And every scene he is in, I'm going.
I'm like, where's
What?
Jared?
Why is his shirt on?
Why is
his shirt on? Why is he in this movie? Let's go look for our
Sam
missing
had to be
sister
in
and get
this
into
movie.
it. I guess. Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna call him Sam? I'm gonna call him Dean.
Oh, you son of a bitch. You want to go Gilmore Girls on this one.
Actually, I'm gonna call him Walker, Texas Ranger.
No, nobody does that. Well, look, he was in this movie because,
because Dean was
in
in. Yes.
My Bloody Valentine.
God damn it, you guys! You read my paper notes.
Year?
You got paper notes? Right, look, I just knew we had to get to this movie because there's a certain actor in this playing a certain character that you already quoted, Donnie, that I knew you were going to be excited to see again because you have loved everything he is in. Did you recognize Donnie?
I recognize him.
Wait, I quote him?
You already quoted him.
Oh, is Donnie our happy little woodchucker or wood chipper guy?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Like a weird eye. He had a weird eye. Do you remember a movie we watched with someone else who had a weird eye?
I feel attacked right now. I'm getting a little defensive. Someone else who had a weird eye.
It's one of your favorite movies.
He was a star of one of the favorite movies that you watch for this podcast.
Is this balls deep in Cthulhu?
It is.
The phrase "Ballad of Kitty Pool Greg" mean anything to you?
The teabagging of Kitty Pool Greg. Yes, that tragedy. That which one? So he was not the writer.
His boyfriend.
Okay, so he was not the writer in that one. He was the other one. He was the one who didn't want to get it on with the woman who was clearly hitting on him at the office. Oh, he was H.P. Lovecraft's heir, right?
Yeah, he was the one who looks exactly the same as he did in that movie as he does here, because it's the same guy. That's his face.
Well, no, he's all dirty and stuff.
Oh, they made him dirty. They countrified him up.
Yeah.
I liked his performance better in this one, especially when he died.
It was a great character. Got to warn about, a mummy. There's a mummy in this movie. So you're lucky that old mummy ass wasn't out here. And he got it on with a lady almost.
Yeah, he had lost his virginity to that mannequin.
Yeah, but that turns out that was Jason's lady.
Jason don't let you touch his lady.
When Jason popped up,
lady.
were you like, you get away from Deborah, or whatever the man...
Get away from my woman.
Gene, it's just you, baby. It's been a long time, Gina. You remember that special night we had? Remember when you took my virginity? You're sexy. You're still tight as ever. I'm gonna fucking pound you so hard. What the fuck?
It's a good movie. Look, okay. It's the last one, boys. We did it. The only thing we have to do after this movie is talk about them all.
So why is Sam Winchester in this movie?
I don't know, man. They needed work.
But
Supernatural wasn't gonna take off.
They each only did one movie during like the entire run of Supernatural. And they're both around the same time. What was happening at that time?
And both horror movie remakes.
It's weird.
I don't know. It is odd, but they are good. Well, no. When was House of Wax?
The one with Paris Hilton?
Oh, he is in that one too, isn't he?
Yeah,
Oh, is
that's
he?
so Dean was in 2 horror remakes.
Sam.
Sam was in that one? Oh, man, I thought it was Dean.
I think it's Sam.
If only we had the technology.
If only we did.
But we'll never know.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I did not like this movie. I was bored.
Aw.
And so I wanna ask you, gentlemen, have we just moved past the Friday the 13th series as a formula, as a character? Are you still getting entertainment from it?
I think this is like a different Jason kind of, right?
Yeah, so this is
it's not really stalking. He's kidnapping people for weeks at a time.
Little to no camp.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, they're at a camp, but there's like, this isn't. We've gone through this whole series. Like, was this your first time watching it, Ryan?
It was.
Oh, okay. So you are coming at this with the Friday the 13th series glasses on, fresh in your mind.
I am coming with this with that whole baggage on my back, wearing me down, crushing me to the ground. Yes.
Yeah.
No one's at the airport willing to help me pull this massive suitcase that is Friday the 13th lore. And they're just
you
like,
need a
why don't you
Samwise.
I do. I need someone to help carry the load, if you know what I'm saying. And I think you do.
I do.
Well, Derek Mears as Jason dropped a huge load on your ass, because I thought he was a great Jason in this.
I thought he was just...
But he's a ninja.
Jason, I didn't
He
get
is running
as much
so
as
fast.
personality in this one.
He has agility. Yeah, he's just a guy who's been mastering summer camp skills for 30 years.
I feel like they kind of turned it into like hillbilly horror.
So I think it definitely takes influence from like the Wrong Turn series. I'm assuming some of those came out before this. Texas Chainsaw maybe vibe of the underground area feels kind of dirty, like Chainsaw.
Yeah, like the Hills Have Eyes remake.
Yeah, which is good.
It's like, so September 11th happened, and after that, stay with me. And after that, horror had to go super gritty, super mean. And this is like a good example of that, where it could no longer be fun. It had to be this.
So you're blaming 9/11 for like Hostel or Human Centipede?
I won't blame it for Human Centipede.
Yeah, I think you get a Human Centipede regardless of.
We are blessed with
Bush
that
lets
because
9/11 happen.
we are fortunate enough to live in this time zone.
But we live in different time zones.
Oh man.
What does that mean?
God, Central Standard Time, China. That's China.
If you were
Standard
in a different
time
zone,
time.
it wouldn't have existed.
But
Don't worry about it. Look,
I want to talk about anything but this movie. Whatever I can do.
look, right.
let's
I'm
talk about
against you
time
here.
zones and how we should all be on fucking Swatch internet time.
I agree.
Oh, yeah.
Like, hail to the Squatch.
You don't even know.
In Squatch we trust? I don't know. I have no idea. I hope it's not something awful.
I like this movie. It's like, think of it like the My Bloody Valentine remake. It's the CW or MTV version of a horror movie.
But that was fun.
That one was more fun. This one, they wanted to be a bit more serious with it. They wanted to go back. They wanted it to feel like the first or second movie.
And it had
only
the
when
stronger Winchester brother, I'll say.
Dude, that dude's ripped. I don't know if he's ripped in this movie because he keeps his shirt on.
Well, this is before he got like super ripped.
Right, but look at this cast, man. How many of these actors did you recognize?
None.
I think I recognized everybody except the ladies.
Really?
Yeah, even the first group.
I didn't recognize two of the. I recognized one of the dudes from the first group.
Was Richie?
Was he the one in the bear trap?
Yes.
Oh,
that one.
Richie.
Yeah, I was like, man, I know you from a lot of things. Like, oh yeah, most recently, Superstore. But also, As Above, So Below, and Cloverfield. Like, that dude's done some fucking work. I watched Superstore recently. No, so I feel like the first group of kids, so we start off with our Friday the 13th remake flashback, showing, a camp counselor dealing with Pam Voorhees and, doing some mighty fine chopping.
I did not like this Pamela Voorhees.
Yeah, it's kind of throwaway. I feel like that whole thing was shoehorned in there.
Yeah, I mean, I understand we're going to very, like, in the first 5 minutes, give you the backstory, and that's of the first Friday movie. I'm like, okay, that's fine, because we want to focus on Jason. But I don't know, there was just something about, like, the actress was, like, too young looking compared to everything else we had gotten previously. I'd preferred the rehash from the Freddy versus Jason. Like that actress at least got the voice a little bit better and seemed more in age. Also, Kenny, explain to me. She's like, you weren't watching him. You should have paid more attention. He's still alive, and like he's just like clearly right there watching her get her head cut off because he goes
That's
over
true.
and picks it up as a child. He's not
So
dead.
nothing happened.
So nothing happened to him. So what?
But it could have happened, okay? He almost died. But that's the thing we've discussed throughout the series is, has he ever been dead from childhood?
I guess not.
Clearly, he's been just chilling in the woods. He's had a shrine with her
I would
mummified
say he
head.
was dead in the first movie.
Yeah, then they decided,
And then they're like, we gotta make
Yes,
another.
money. Ah, yes, the money pit.
Yeah,
Yes,
so retconned, he never actually died. Mama just wanted some excuse to kill him.
So they should have like get rid of the drowning thing and have him like fall into a fire or something and get disfigured while the camp counselors aren't watching.
Like a burning. I think that's the movie.
That is a movie.
That is a movie.
As our buddy Donnie said, like, oh man,
That ain't right.
that ain't right.
That
He
ain't
sees
right.
his face. Oh, yeah, that ain't right.
That ain't right, man. So after that happens, I was curious what kind of Jason we were gonna get. If we were gonna be starting from the, and I was very surprised and happy that we got Darkman Jason when we first looked at him. It looked like his face was just wrapped in bandages, kind of.
Yeah,
It wasn't clear it was a burlap sack at first.
it's definitely serving a look. I mean, we've seen some gnarly Jasons. This one's definitely Castle Freak
Yes.
Jason. Or I mean,
Castle Freak.
it's funny. This one could have drawn some inspiration from a series that drew almost all its inspiration from it, Hatchet, because Hatchet was like 3 years prior to this. Except Hatchet, had a lot of the campiness and whatnot. Like Hatchet was more of a love letter to the entire series.
Hatchet has Kane Hodder.
Hatchet does have Kane Hodder.
Hatchet is better.
Hatchet is better. Yes.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I love Hatchets. That's not.
I know.
mean,
Yes. All three of them. Love them.
4.
Oh, I have something to look forward to now.
Pretty sure it's 4. I'm pretty sure it's 1, 2, 3, and then just fuck. What's the fourth one called? I'll double check myself later.
It's called.
But anyway,
It's just Hatchet, but the A is a 4.
son of a bitch.
Okay. One thing. So we get the opening of this movie. That's done. So then it's, I guess, when does this movie take place?
So the flashback shows us
Flashback is 1980.
1980.
It said present day, but
So
Okay.
2009.
but it's not. It's not 2009.
It's not 2000. It's
I-
much earlier
iPhone-
than that.
iPhone came out 2006.
Yeah. So we'll say 2000s.
Well, they probably filmed it in like 2007 or so, and the iPhone didn't catch on. It was just another fucking phone.
No, it was a big deal.
iPods were. Should have had some iPods. Maybe some Zunes. Victor Crowley was the fourth one, by the way.
Okay.
Came out 2017.
Once we get into the house, because there's people there, they're camping. They're two guys, two bohemians are looking for weed because there's a pot crop somewhere. I don't know. There's a lot
That
of
they found out about.
yeah.
There's wild.
how-
Wild.
Why?
I think they heard a rumor that there was wild pot. There was a wild pot field because that's a thing that happens.
That's Jason's pot.
It has to be Jason's pot. Jason's a grower, not a shower.
Oh yeah, not a shower.
Definitely a grower.
So he's not actually. I think he's like a cartel guy. He's like the bodyguard of the cartel's weed, and his job is to keep anyone from finding it. And that's why all these people keep getting murdered.
They keep fucking with his shit. Even one of the townspeople like, you leave him alone, he'll leave you alone. You get out of there. They're like, yeah, he killed you. You got on his property. This is a fucking castle state.
This is
Castle
Kenny Law.
Lake.
This is true. Yeah, Castle Lake. All right.
Yeah.
First question goes to you, Daniel. Daniel, would you go out there with that boner?
There's the thing like when you're like that close to finishing, nothing's gonna keep you from finishing.
Ain't nothing got to stop
You
your
think he was
style.
you think he was in his vinegar strokes when the first noise happened?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the second time you've used that phrase, vinegar strokes. You used
need
it
to-
with Croc, and I
need
have
to watch
no
The League.
idea what that.
You need to watch
I
The
the
League.
league.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Vinegar.
Yeah, you need to watch the
A
League,
lot of
buddy.
references will all of a sudden make sense to you.
What is a
Should we-
vinegar
Should we
stroke?
explain it to him? Okay, so The vinegar stroke. So, when you're going at it, I'm doing the motions here.
And I appreciate it.
Can't see this. You're going at it. You're getting at it. You're hitting that point where you like it's happening. You're gonna finish. Your face
I'm gonna
will
shoot.
contort in some sort of way, like you just took a big like shot of just pure vinegar. So imagine what your face would do with pure vinegar. That's when you're in your vinegar strokes. That's when no matter what happens,
Yeah, that's the face.
you're finishing. Those are your vinegar strokes. And no one's ever supposed to look you in the eye while you're having your vinegar stroke.
You're not supposed to.
I forget what they said
you
happens.
see the deadlights at that point.
It's just it's your most vulnerable face. It's your most it's not meant to be seen.
Okay. G.I. Joe.
Motorin.
All right, thank you. So, Daniel, you're going out of the tent, boner or no boner? You
No
didn't answer the
boner.
question. Okay.
Because he finished.
I finished a while ago, actually.
Kenny,
He was actually about to finish.
yeah, you're about to finish, but then he, I don't know, got a breeze and jizzed in his pants. How about, okay, my first problem with this movie is that when they get into the house, the old Voorhees house, the camera's panning around, and then it shows us, it pans to the TV, which has been smashed. I don't know if you caught it. I did. There's a musical cue there. It goes, boom, at a smashed TV. Why?
Well, I mean, take it from me as someone who once owned a Smash TV. It's one of the saddest things that can ever happen to you.
Right.
I suppose I don't think it deserves a boom.
I mean, you could tell that cabin was pretty drafty, so like a wind probably
came.
Uh,
And
Done blew it
that'll
over.
happen. You'd be surprised
that's
how
actually-
often that happens.
Jason didn't kill until the TV was broke.
he couldn't watch his soaps anymore.
Couldn't watch his stories. You didn't see the Nintendo controller thrown through the front of the screen.
What I did see
He got tired
yeah.
at the fucking jet skis Battletoad level, and he fucking chucked the controller.
What I did see and appreciate was the hanging counselor whistles.
Yeah, that was cool.
The counselor whistles.
I liked
You
that.
see down in his-
Yeah, I liked that as a fine. Because until then, I don't think we'd ever seen Jason take like souvenirs.
Right, so this one has like souvenirs sprinkled throughout the tunnel, which makes me think like some of those other movies happened between then and now. I mean, we've got like
They couldn't have.
the wheelchair in the tunnel.
It's a different Jason. That stuff couldn't have happened.
Are you sure?
No.
This is a
Mark-
different. This is a different Earth.
No, Mark took a machete to the face. I saw it.
Oh yeah, Earth 2.
Oh, wait, no.
Because
Yeah.
this Jason
Because.
is a ninja. Where was
He's-
this ninja skills before? If anything,
Well,
if that
this-
happened earlier, he should be slowing down in his old age.
He got a new body. He did that body
Unless,
transfer.
oh, he
into a
turned.
ninja.
He trained. He put the slug in Jackie Chan.
Yeah, giant Jackie Chan.
It's giant
No.
Jackie Chan.
Where did he get
Maybe
his
it's just
protein?
Michael Jai White.
Who
His
was
protein?
feeding him?
Squirrels.
I think
Yeah.
he's eating people.
Rabbits.
I mean, eventually, I'm sure he's eating people, but to get up to that point, like, there's no way he could have been bulking that much, living off a pot.
Fish. Lots of fish and chicken.
Living off a pot.
He's living off the pot.
That's a bad plan from the get-go. There aren't just random massive fields of pot anymore. So if you go take something from it, you are probably gonna die. Have they not watched Without a Paddle? This is Without a Paddle, but it was sadder, but had perfect nipple placement. Now,
Now I'm
Look, we
wondering,
got
like,
this-
do I have perfect nipple placement?
could be better.
Hold on. Will the mic pick up me unzipping?
Yes.
I heard that, so yes. But why are you taking your pants off to look at your nipples? So I'm gonna say the placement's probably bad since you had to do that.
Do your nipples hang low? Do
Well, they hang
go
low.
to your knees?
They go to my
They
knees.
do hang though. But all I'm saying is we got a great song after Nerd Boy has to walk away because everybody's getting laid. He's listening to Motor
Oh,
Round.
like, what? Yes,
What's
yes.
your price for? Then he's pissing on the pot, and then Jason doesn't like that, but he doesn't like the drugs. Drugs are worse than sex. This is his first kill that we see.
Well, no.
It's because
If he
the
didn't like
guy
the
is
drugs,
smelling
he
his
would
pot.
have ripped them out of the ground.
He doesn't have a green thumb, so whatever he tries
He's there
do
to protect.
plants,
He's
it
like
does the opposite.
he's like Cerberus guarding the gates of Hades or whatever. He's guarding that weed.
He's guarding the
Well,
weed.
he did a good job. He killed them. And then we cut back. We got the people in the cabin again. And that one guy is like, look at how old this shit is. And I'm like, that's literally just a picture of Ryan.
Right?
What? Wow.
and then pulls out a locket and pops it open, and it's got young Pamela Voorhees in it, and he looks at the lady there, Whitney Miller, and says, "Huh, looks just like you." And I'm like, "Well, there we go. Scrotum's Pam.
Scrotum's Pam.
Scrotum's Pam."
But then at the end, he kills her, right?
No.
At the end,
No. Well, you mean which end do you mean?
like the very end of the movie. Yeah.
No one dies at the very end.
Doesn't he put a
How many
machete?
survivors?
Doesn't he put a machete through her?
Is there 2 or 3?
There's 2 survivors at the end of this movie. In the last scene of this movie, so he puts a machete through Jenna.
Oh, the other lady.
The one you don't. You know why you don't remember her name? Because she didn't need to be here. She served no purpose. Her only job was to come to this film, hook up with a creepy guy who just says, "Oh, my sister is missing," who she just met and is going off walking in the woods alone with. What?
Yeah, but you see how
met
fucking,
her boyfriend.
You see how fucking tall he is, though.
Oh, he's super tall.
Oh
you look
my
at him and
God.
you go like, yeah, he's gonna improve my situation.
Well, anything's an improvement over fucking Trent, unless you just need the money.
Trent's trying to square up to him. I feel like Trent is tall too, but Jared is taller.
I think.
Yeah.
I like Trent.
You dick.
Why do
Travis
you-
Van Winkle.
You're not supposed to like Trent. He sucks.
I know I'm not supposed to like him, but I think the actor is not
Travis
that,
Van Winkle.
and so
I don't know. He's got that face.
He has the face, but there was just movements and things he was doing. I'm like,
Oh, you mean
like you.
acting?
yeah, his acting.
Well,
I
yeah.
like you, and he's not wrong. Weird.
He's a sharp-tongued asshole. He was quick with it.
He's just an
Yeah.
educated asshole.
Yeah.
I agree. If you're just yapping up at that counter and I'm standing there waiting to make my purchase, get out of the way.
But-
Get out of the way.
Yeah.
But like his sisters,
Look,
I don't have time. My
No, what
life
you-
is literally
what you
ticking
don't
away,
have
Daniel.
is empathy.
look. What are you doing in my house? I don't know you. No, you don't know me. Oh, that's kind of funny. That's literally what I just said. Yeah, I don't know you.
Yeah, get out. Well,
Yeah. Oh, and I'm not your
100% on
bro.
his side.
Oh, are we?
Also,
are we not
stop
going to be
breaking my
friends?
dad's chair.
It's a family heirloom.
What about this is so complicated? No, I'm Team Trent.
Trent's an asshole. He's just not completely like his comebacks were they weren't completely worthless. They're amusing. But now Trent's an asshole. The people you need to be liking, Ryan, I'm gonna tell you who to like.
Or the
'cause I'm
ones
allowed
I
to
can't
do that.
remember their names.
You need to like Chewie
Chewie.
because I love everything that man was in. You need to like Nolan because he's ready to party down at all times.
He doesn't age.
He does not age.
He's
And
been
then
he's
you
been
need to,
25
like-
for 20 years.
he is a golden god.
Yeah.
And then you need to like.
Explain to me this note I made, which says, "The floor is lava. Don't step on the lava."
Oh, Jason was under the house stabbing up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you need to like Lawrence. That's the other guy. Yeah, I said world's most intense game of the floor is lava.
yeah,
You will never drink my piss, Ryan.
that's what you think. Oh God, I forget what he says.
Don't
Yeah, that's the lie. That's what he said.
don't
That's what you
don't
think.
write checks you can't cash, baby.
I don't eat fish.
It's not what you
Not what-
told me.
Told me.
Oh, look, we got boobs. We got. I don't know why she has baby oil. We had motoring. We had a kill. We had another sleeping bag kill, but we changed it up.
I like this one.
Yeah, Jadar goes back to the campground to dispatch the other 2 yoo-hoos that were there getting it on in the tent. That would be
Richie. Oh no,
Richie
Richie gets bear
and-
trapped.
yeah, Richie gets bear trapped, and is it Bree? Because Richie
It's
No,
not
it's not.
Bree.
Bree
No,
is
it's
the
not Bree,
It's,
sorry,
it's
that's
his other lady friend.
Amanda.
Sure. I don't know.
I think maybe Amanda. I don't know, but yeah, Richie has to stop in the middle of his vinegar strokes to go out there to see if his buddy's peeping on him. Wade gets hit by the bear trap. His lady gets snagged up in the sleeping bag after Jadar does a classic tent cut, and then he hangs her ass in the sleeping bag over the fire while Richie gets to sit there and watch. So Jadar's a little demented in this one, but they broke the cardinal sin. Some of those campers, while in that in the Voorhees house, went into Jadar's room and seen his embarrassing bed that has his name like carved into it and stuff.
His race
So
car bed.
Yes.
It's a little race car bed. That's my nice car. Look, they had to die.
You know, getting burnt in a sleeping bag is not the way I wish to go. She did kind of come out after she slid out of it, I'm like, oh, it's like the cocoon has birthed a little baby butterfly.
I thought it was like a cow, like a baby cow just falling out. Or like an elephant
hot
just
in the
fucking
rhino.
dropping.
It's fucking, you're alive. Welcome to Earth.
Yeah.
Gravity, bitch.
Okay, we have my best friend's exorcist situation here at the Voorhees house because we see the two characters in there. They discover that there are working lights and that they're on.
Yeah, that's where I put down that Jadar likes to buy string lights from Hobby Lobby.
Also, they were like,
Twinkle
I think
fairy lights.
I think someone homeless lives here. If someone homeless lives
Bolt.
in a house, they're not homeless.
One, they're not homeless. Two,
They're squatters.
Bolt.
Yeah, but Daniel doesn't leave if there's signs of people.
What?
I leave if there's signs of
I'm
people.
not afraid of people. I'm afraid
You
of
should be.
demons.
You're in one.
How do you feel about heads and walls?
That's where I keep
That's just a doll.
How do you feel like getting split open like a coconut?
I want it bad.
Because that's what he got. Look, all our campers are dispatched, and we see Whitney Miller like she's about to be taken out, and then we cut to boop. Now is now.
6
Then was
weeks
then.
later.
But when does then
Now is
become
now.
now? All right,
Soon.
Kenny.
Soon.
As soon as it cut, I wrote down she's alive. Jason thinks she's mommy.
Yeah, because we got scrotum spam.
We got the locket, and there's no reason to cut away from a perfectly good kill. So I know what you're doing, movie. Bleh.
I know. I
Yeah.
see you,
And then
movie.
I wanted to
I
know
see
that
you.
because Dean got to be the bad guy in My Bloody Valentine, does somehow Sam get to be Jason in this? And the answer is no.
This is no.
No. And I was
I was
disappointed.
wondering if he was Jason for a while because like he didn't
tall enough.
he didn't show up for a long time, and I'm like,
You know what?
Because all
More
I knew was that he was in
interesting
the
movie.
movie.
Wait, had you not seen this one either? Dan? Where were you guys? This came out 2009.
2009.
Yeah, dog.
I was playing Persona 4.
That's a good game.
I was having a bath.
I'm really surprised you didn't watch this with me at some point, right? I think, were you living with us at that point? Or is that closer to... See,
2009.
we were in that apartment for about 4 years, so from like 07 to 2011. You don't have your couch years stamped permanently in your memory?
It's tattooed, but it's tattooed on my backside, so I have to have other people read it for me.
Yeah, stabbing couch. Fucking stabbing couch. So yes, now we get a new cast of young people. So I like to think the first group of young people that we killed, all those actors were like the second choices for our main cast.
Like the understudies.
Yeah, those are the understudies.
Okay.
Like, oh, okay, look.
I
you
would
guys
buy
almost
that if
got
they
the
all
part.
kind of looked like each other, but they don't.
Well, the way they look isn't important to the characters there, other than nipple placement.
Right, but I
And
would say
honestly-
nipple placement was different.
Yeah, but we don't.
For
well, no, we do
everybody.
see I was about to say we don't see their nipples.
I do.
No,
I googled
if
it
you have
after the
nipples in
fact,
this movie,
and that's
Oh,
probably
shit.
something you look at on the casting couch when you're casting these people, right?
The casting couches I've seen, yeah, they're pretty thorough in investigating their looks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a couch. Can you cast me?
Cast me. Can you cast me?
Can you sit on me? Bounce on me?
Prince immediately like trying to get everyone else to pump his gas for him because he'll pay. I'm buying. You pump the gas, so he's already money. Daddy's boy, his father owns a dealership. What's his face? The fantastic Nolan was like, well, I give a wicked blowjob too. And he's like, well, maybe we'll have to try that out later. And immediately I'm just like, once again, are you guys friends? Or is but then we get pretty quick like, no, everyone hangs out with Trent because he has money. And then we get this guy who's running this gas station who looks like Ryan Reynolds' character in Just Friends when they had him in the fat suit. It's uncanny. You guys haven't seen Just Friends?
Cricket.
It's a problematic movie, but it's it's kind of a rom-com, but maybe there should be no rom there or com. It's kind of horrifying from the female perspective.
It's a horror movie.
So
if you think about it, I'm not your bro
you think I only do rap music?
Well,
because I'm black.
Because I do. Cue the rap music that came out of nowhere. Where is that rap
Got
music
your
play?
ass.
I know I've skipped ahead to the house. They should be, but I just wanted to bring up the fact he says,
I thought that was funny.
I thought
That's
it was
hilarious.
funny, but made no sense because I don't know. Wood chipper alert.
Well, it's because he's acknowledging the stereotype, and then he's like, actually, yeah, that's right. That's what it is.
That is what I'm doing.
That is
but
what I'm doing. But
the
it's
fact that you
not.
assume that.
Yeah.
Just because I'm black doesn't mean I can listen to Green Day. Man, everybody listened to Green Day in 2009. Who you
In
kidding?
2009?
Yeah, dog. That's probably when what was that album came out?
No.
American Idiot.
No.
No.
When do you think that came
I'm gonna
out?
say 2004.
Earlier. That's what I was going to say.
That's what I said.
I'm going to say 2001.
I kind of wanted to say 2001 too to go with our 9/11 theme. That everything changed after that.
Wow, no, it's 2004.
Oh, you nailed it, bro. Look at that. Oh.
Challenge.
Authenticity, bro.
Challenge this.
Look, challenge Sam. I was ready for Sam to kick Trent's ass right there in the gas station.
I wanted him
He
to.
just was handing out flyers. But that asshole owner, it's not the employee's fault. The owner, he's a real asshole. I think that guy owns the place.
He
that's
definitely
something I would
owns
do.
the place.
Yeah, but that's when we get, right off the bat, Trent's girlfriend is getting all hot for Sam.
I mean, look at him.
Jenna, played by, you'll recognize her maybe at some point, Ryan. Danielle Panabaker. She's in things. You've probably seen her. Probably.
I saw her in this, and I wondered what she was doing the entire time. Why was she, looks aside, subtly interested in the one sad guy who's rolled into the situation, who she doesn't know.
He's not really a dick, for starters.
No, he is. He's holding up the line.
That is not...
Oh my God.
I don't think I can convey to you just how much I move. I want to make my purchase.
We found our Trent, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, you know how
She's never identified more.
Kenny
with
has
the
a thing
same character.
about jet skis. All right, this
Right,
is my
This
is
is
my
your
jet
thing?
ski. Okay,
Oh,
this
man,
is my
I want
thing.
to find.
Lines.
I want to find my thing.
Do not hold up the line.
Ryan, you have seen her in the Crazies remake.
Okay. Ooh, who was she in the Crazy? A daughter or like?
Becca? That was after this.
It was after
The
this.
Crazies was 2010.
Okay.
And then you seen her in a John Carpenter movie.
If it was the last John Carpenter movie, I didn't see that one.
Oh, well, you did yourself a
I
favor.
was gonna say if it's
That's what
the
I
ward,
figured.
I don't think anybody.
Oh,
saw
the
it.
ward. Yeah, I did not see the ward.
It's the Ward. Yeah, no, I've seen it. Maybe we'll do it at some point. Maybe I need
No.
to revisit it with some fresh eyes. But yeah,
Well,
Daniel
it could be
seen
part of
her
our
in Justified.
Carpenter fan club where we go through each one of them.
There's a new Justified show season happening.
Yeah, show season.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if
there
it's a
is.
show or
There's new-
just like a mini series or something.
There's new words. Can talk good too. Nice cabin, daddy's boy, sweet Lucille, baby. Is that you?
Are you doing like poetry? What are you doing?
Are you?
Sweet cabin, baby Lucille. Is it
Slam
you?
poetry.
Don't be
Is it
cheating on
you?
Lucille with no bowl. All right,
Lawrence, you've been cheating on me. Did you say with a bull? It's a bowl.
with a bowl. No, a bull.
Wait, hold on. Say
Two
bowl.
horns charging after you. Yeah, a bull.
Say bowl.
bowl.
Now say bull.
Fuck you. How about that?
Because I don't think I can either.
Oh, bowl.
Okay.
Do you hear a difference?
Lucille.
Bowl. I can't.
Lucille's a beautiful purple bong that Chewie brought. Chewie's the man. Everyone, you should recognize Chewie from Disturbia. Those are his two big movies around this time. He's been in other things. I've never not loved him, but when I look at that man, I think of this movie, and I think of Disturbia, and I think this man should have had a much larger career around this time frame, because he was chewing up scenery in everything he did. But also, we got an angry dog
Yep.
with the lady popping out. 'cause,
Doomsayer.
Clay Miller, Sam is still running around putting up flyers and shit. And she's the one that says, look, she ain't missing. She's dead, okay? You need to leave him alone. We all leave him alone. You stay out of my swamp, kid. Camp. Swamp camp. Camp Crystal Swamp Lake.
Except, Red Barn Billy. I don't know the character's name in the movie, but Red Barn Billy, because it's a red barn.
Donnie.
A barn that is red.
A barn that is red.
He's minding. What did he do? He was minding his own business.
He's just wrong place, wrong time because Jason's been stealing kerosene to fuel his generator.
Okay, but
Or
he's been
not
there
kerosene,
for
but whatever.
a long time. There's no reason to kill Red Barn Billy.
I think it's just, once again, he's back in an active period.
He
So
also
6 weeks ago,
touched his woman, Maggie.
That's a reason.
That's true. No, I think it's just one of those things where there's quiet periods where Jadar isn't doing
He's
shit. And I think
hibernating,
6
yeah.
weeks ago, they went into his room and got him all stirred up again. That group didn't stop him, so he's going to stay active until a group stops him.
Or
Until he meets any sort of
until like a
resistance.
new video game comes out and he gets like distracted for a while.
Yeah, he's really gonna be.
Right now. He's probably
he
waiting.
Finds out how wireless they
He's
get.
probably waiting for like Uncharted 2 or something at this point.
Thank God this movie was in 2009 and not more recent. Otherwise, Jason would be vaping. He's very impressionable.
That is true. And he would have done the Fortnite floss.
He still probably might. But right there, we were in the barn, and I said, "Hey Ryan, guess who the man is in the barn? You know him." So I already had that conversation with you without
me being there. Oh, that's like
yeah.
numerous conversations we've had where you talk to me and I'm not there. Yeah.
Well, I also almost forgot to sell you some weed.
Oh, that's okay. I'm good.
You wanna? Yeah, I got a whole bunch. Is this shit would fuck you up?
No. I'm all looking for my missing sister. Also, you're creepy, and you put your balls in Cthulhu, so I can't really trust your weed.
Yeah, I wish I seen your sister.
Great.
Maybe you don't say that.
Yeah. Well, you're just lucky that old mummy ass didn't come out here and shoot you, okay? And that, yeah, you almost hit the start button on that whoop-ass machine, boy.
Almost.
Jesus Christ! Fucking lucky there, Stretch. Came about that close to hitting the start button on the whoop-ass machine, boy.
Ah, such great lines in this movie. It's a good one.
Ooh.
I mean, not the important dialogue. Using little quips.
There is no important dialogue.
Yeah, not really. No, like I don't actually care about any of the characters except for Lawrence and Chewie.
Sure.
I mean, I like Nolan. I like that actor, so I didn't want anything to happen to him. But whatever. He got a nice ninja arrow headshot. Donnie.
That's quite the shot.
Goes, yeah, that's why it's Ninja Jason. 30 years at a camp, he got real good at fucking archery class. That's what I'm saying. He's so good because he spent all his life working on his camp skills. Knots, climbing, arrows, wilderness survival.
Traps, yeah.
Knitting.
Oh.
You think he just woke up and had clothes that big?
He missed the actual point of camp.
Which was?
The friends you make along the way.
Friendship.
Well, he's got a friend he made in his basement.
This is okay. I know I'm backtracking a little bit, but have you ever liked a magazine so much that you licked it?
No, that's a thing that no one in the history of ever has ever actually done.
Just checking again. Just checking the pulse.
Although maybe I did when like a PS3 cover reveal on like Game Informer or something. So maybe.
Well, let's talk about the just pure insanity of Lawrence for a moment. If you want to talk about magazines, he's sitting in the main room of the cabin, okay? Trent's tired of Jenna's ass because she's all over Sam's jock. So him and Bree, they go off to their room. Chewie had to go run outside to the wood shed, the tool shed, to
fix a chair,
get some tools to fix the family heirloom chair because they don't call him the wood master because he masturbates a lot.
They don't call me the wood wizard because I masturbate a lot.
So
why
these
do
people
they
are in the
call
house.
him
Lawrence, because he's great with wood. Lawrence is sitting in the main room here. No, like there's big windows outside, doors everywhere, and he decides, you know what? I'm gonna take a big rip off of Lucille here. I found a magazine with a nice, lovely white woman in a sweater.
It's the winter edition.
I got some lotion. I'm about to just shoot some rope at the stars.
He's gonna show that cabin his vinegar strokes.
Yes. Grandpa learned a new term again today, folks. Bear with him.
I'll use it again before we're through.
So he's about to just wank it right there in the open. Like, what if someone walks in? And they do, thankfully, right before he gets, little
You
Lawrence
say
out.
thankfully.
Lawrence,
I think we should have had...
for his sake, he didn't want to get caught in the middle of it. What if he was in his vinegar strokes?
You gotta finish.
You gotta finish.
Yeah, and then you make eye contact, and then it's a whole mess for everybody. So come on, what insane person would do that? Would put themselves in that situation? Oh no, put your hands down.
I was about to raise my hand too.
I beat you to it.
Oh my god!
Come on, Kenny. You of all people being a prude. Come on, you.
I don't look. It's not a group activity.
Well, I would have raised my hand, but like, what am I doing right now with it?
You're probably scratching a part of your body. You're an itchy boy. I don't know, man. Look,
Goosh.
Oh, yep. Daniel's vinegar strokes
Jason,
look like indifference. That's good, Daniel.
Well, that's his life. Jadar kills Donnie after Donnie's trying to get it on with a mannequin, and then Jadar's burlap sack mask is ripped, and he's a little sad. But then he sees a sick ass hockey mask. He puts it on and then checks himself out in the mirror.
He's like,
I
damn,
was like, "You're
girl,
looking
you
good,
fine.
bud."
Yeah.
I thought Jason
Yeah,
didn't
you
like
swole-
mirrors.
That's what. Sometimes he doesn't like mirrors. Sometimes he doesn't like water. This movie, he just doesn't fucking care. He wants to look good. He wants to feel good. He's been bulking up. He's been working out. He's been working on that agility. He's bendy. He gets around. It's all good. Clay has been invited into the cabin because he's still handing out flyers, and Jenna's an idiot and like, oh yeah, come on in. Nah, he'll be fine.
I don't think he would have fit through that door frame.
Yeah, he's so broad, tall. And then Trent's immediately like, I'd leave before I get pissed off. And it's like, yeah, what are you going to do about it? It's like, I want to see those two square up. Because I got to tell you, sorry, Travis Van Winkle. I've seen Jared Padalecki with his shirt off. And no man squaring up to the moose. Okay? He's the greatest man alive.
Moose is on the
will
loose.
Tear your ass apart.
At some point in Supernatural, he probably luthered a door, right?
He had to have.
Yeah. You don't want to mess
And
with
I was
anyone
just-
who can luther a door down.
It's true. I was waiting for people to start, dogging on Trent now that they're actually there at the house. So, like, what are you doing in my house? I wanted someone to say, well, actually, it's your dad's house. Shut up!
It's your father's house.
It's your father's house. Now, we've got, I think before that, though, Nolan and Chelsea.
Yeah, that's when we get the topless waterboarding fun.
I don't think
not
that's what
waterboarding.
that's called.
No, I wrote down waterboarding.
I know I'm sure you did, but
Topless
waterboarding.
waterboarding.
That's wakeboarding?
Topless waterboarding.
You don't understand. He wrote down topless waterboarding.
He writes a lot of things down. They go... They're like, go. He's like, look, Trent's trying to be like, hey, I trust these people. I invited them. They can go have fun. Whatever. Here, take my car keys because I trust you. And take the gas cans down to the dock. But hey, don't drive my boat. Only I fucking drive my boat. And then they're in the car. And no one's like, what does that say about me that as soon as Trent said, don't drive my boat, I obviously was going to drive the boat. And then Chelsea's like, that means you're a sociopath. And I'm thinking, I don't think that does.
No, that
And then it's like,
doesn't
what does
mean
that
that, no.
Yeah, it's like, what does that say about me, though? Like, you little freak, you freaky freak.
Mm.
And then they get out there, and then she's all amped up, and then she's like, well, maybe we shouldn't take the boat. And she's like, oh, I knew you were just inhibited. And she's like, inhibited? I'm going to go get on this boat. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, how, like, easily manipulated are all of you people? You are not going to survive in the real world.
And they didn't. Then they didn't.
They did not. Actually, you wanted to take a pay cut. You felt like the company could use a little more money, and you're all about the company, right? We're a family here. Oh, you're right. We are family. Yeah, sure. Take $5 off my hourly wage. Idiots, man. Idiots. We're out there getting waterboarded with our tops off. Hers is off.
It's not a good
He
way
takes
to
his
have your
off.
vinegar strokes on screen to be
Yeah.
topless waterboarding.
Right? And this is when Jason decides that he's a big fan of those recent Hitman games. Because this is some Hitman-esque, like, bullshit on how he takes out two people with one shot. He fucking fires an arrow from the shore. They're moving at a high speed on a boat, a good ways out there.
She doesn't.
He fucking... Well,
You said
yeah,
take
she
out
doesn't-
two people with one shot. He only shot one.
He had to... Well, no. The take out, he had to finish the job, but here's the thing. He takes out Nolan with a headshot with a bow and arrow from the fucking shoreline, that's why he's a ninja, because that shot is impossible.
Absolutely. Well, you say ninja,
Nolan
I'll say
then
Robin Hood.
hits... Yeah.
He's
I
one
think
of
I
the
even
merry
typed down
men.
Robin Hood Jadar Hood. He hits the gas, the boat flips around, and then the boat nails Chelsea. Now, she should have just died there, but they didn't want to kill her there. So that's a 2-for-1 shot. He did have to finish her off, though, because she's swimming around and she can't tread water forever. So instead of swimming to the other side of the lake where Jason isn't, she swims to the side he's on and tries to hide under a dock.
Well, this is an actual lake, though. So it probably would have been further to get to the other side.
Yeah, your adrenaline's pumping, your head's all fucked up, you're probably disoriented. Good thing they're not shark bait.
Ooh, ha, ha.
But
Ooh-ha-ha.
yeah, but she could have literally, she's seeing Jason on the shore, go the opposite direction of that, because this lake is pretty wide. It's going to take him a minute to get all the way, and he doesn't want you to see him run. So
And he's not
No,
going to take his
I don't
shoes
think
off
he
to get in
cares.
the
You
water.
see him run in this movie.
Yeah, he does some light jogging.
but
No,
not when
he
the sun's out,
sprints.
because the sun's his weakness. 'cause he
Oh,
doesn't
he's
wanna
a
work up
vampire.
sweat.
That's why he's got his whole body covered. It's Dracula.
Right.
He's actually scared because he heard when the sun's out, guns out, and he doesn't like guns.
I think Chelsea should have gotten eaten by an alligator in the lake. That would have made me more
That would have been
happier.
amusing too. Instead, they wanted to give us one last shot to check out her nipple placement.
I guess.
Jadar does another stab through the dock, right into her head, and then pulls her up. So the grip on that machete and the skull bone is solid, just high enough to where you see, the goods again, and then she slides off. And it's like, man, they really want to throw the boobage around.
I was making eye contact with her the whole time. I didn't see
Me
that.
too. So this is.
I guess it's not eye contact because she's not looking at my eyes, or is it?
Oh, she wasn't, or was she looking away?
Was it because
your vinegar strokes were showing at that particular scene? And so
well,
she
no,
didn't
it's
really
because
wanna
she's
look in
not
your direction,
looking. She's
or
not looking at me at all because I'm not there. Or
because
she's not
looking
there.
at
I
what you're
am here.
doing.
I'm
which is
here.
different
She's
from your
not there.
eyes.
She didn't want to be looking at what I was doing. I'll tell you that much.
This movie feels cynical. Because it's like, okay, we know what you audience members want. You want to see boobs, and you want to see this guy run around and kill people.
Kills.
And that's all. We know what you want, and we're gonna do that. We're gonna make lots of money, and it has no. This has no soul. Yes, Dan, it has no soul.
It's they try to give it to us with the Clay Miller character and then the Jenna but in the end I don't think you really actually care about their whole thing. You just want to see the killing, which don't get me wrong, we've had these movies in this series, and at least this one they're not the most they're not fun campy kills. They're just kind of brutal little kills, but we see them.
Yes.
And there's, quite a bit of nudity. And I think it's a good balance between the amount of nudity and the amount of kills. There's not one of them that's more than the other. Like, we didn't go heavier one versus the other. We just went heavy on both. And I'm okay with that. And this isn't the worst story in the series by far. It's just...
Oh, no.
We don't
It's just
care
not
about
great.
the characters. Like, they're in a cabin in the woods. The stakes are either, they die... great, or they get out. Also, whatever, movie's over. Like, I don't care about these people's futures. Yeah, I don't know. Like, they didn't make me care about the characters. But I'm not here to care, folks. Okay.
He doesn't like getting attached.
I will say this though: this movie needed to hang dong.
Absolutely, and I'll say that you might as well just put that in the text of every movie we watch.
Needed to hang dong.
Would have gotten 2
Except
more
for Boogie
stars
Nights.
for dongage.
Boogie Nights hung dong. Jason is pissed off at some canoes.
Okay.
What
so
was up with that?
Well, it's because he thinks so. It's what the fuck is Jared? What's his character's name?
Clay Miller.
Clay. All right, so we got Clay, we got
Sam
Jenna.
Winchester.
They voluntarily remove themselves from the cabin because Trent's this is my castle. So they go for a walkabout in the woods, go to Crystal Lake, fine. And then as they're walking around, they notice it's dark now. So Jen is, oh God, just the thinking on this, I don't understand it, but whatever, we're here. And they see a lumbering figure coming towards them, and they are immediately scared. I don't know why they're immediately scared. I think it's because they know they're trespassers, and they know what happens to trespassers in these parts, right? So they immediately, he drops his bag, and they go under a canoe to hide. And then Jadar comes in, drops a headless body right in front of him, and Jenna's all got her hand over her mouth, trying not to scream. And Clay's all just like, oh, this is every other Sunday to me, baby. No problem.
Well, he hunts monsters is the thing.
Yeah, he's used to this. And then Jadar gets up, turns on the power, and then at that point, the two of them had snuck away from the canoes, but Jadar didn't know that, so he thinks, okay, the bag was here, I'm just going to knock over these canoes and see, if any rats shake out. And then immediately after that, Clay's like, yeah, let's follow him. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, follow the guy who just laid down a dead body in front of you. That's perfect sense to me. And Jenna's like,
those canoes
please hold
nothing.
me while we do it, baby. Yes.
Yeah. Then they find a sick-ass bell system tied to some strings, and it turns out, hey, we were keeping mommy's sister alive in the basement. But they don't hear her, so that's sad. She just wanted help. And now cut back to the cabin, which is more like a cabin mansion. Chewie's over there looking at Bree getting her dance on. He's all like, yeah, look, I'd like a piece of that. And Lawrence is like, well, go talk to her. And Chewie says, I have a better shot at fucking a penguin than that girl.
I don't think that's true.
I don't know.
Where are you going to find a penguin?
Yeah, there isn't a penguin anywhere in sight. Or she's clearly right there.
I don't think you can get to a penguin in a zoo.
I bet Trent's dad has enough money to buy a penguin. He's got penguin money.
bet there was a stuffed penguin somewhere in that cabin.
Oh, a stuffed penguin.
Hell yeah, he's gonna be stuffed with Chewie. Lights a shot, walks over there, gives some speech, and then she comes over and does a little seduction thing on him. And she's like, you gotta blow and then suck. And he's like, oh, you're really good at that. And he blows out the fire, and then she pushes it to his lip, and then it burns his lip because the glass is hot now. And then it spills, and then he breaks Dad's family heirloom chair, tool shed. And then, that's when we get him rowing outside of the tool shed. Trent and Bree go up to get it on after Chewie warmed her up. And Lawrence is all warmed up, and he's going to jerk her to the winter catalog.
I think he should have just gone up there. I think he should have just gone up there with him.
Might as well.
Sure. You know what? It was an ugly fucking chair anyway. And this booze smells like money.
Smells like money.
Question: I've never done a flaming shot before. How are you supposed to do it if the glass gets hot? Were you supposed to blow it out sooner?
I mean, I typically, when I've done them,
I don't think you make
have it out
make
and then
contact.
I pour it into your mouth.
Oh, okay. So
you don't make.
But honestly,
so then did she screw it for him?
Probably
by pushing it towards.
I think it was all part of the tease. She knew what she was doing. Most of the flaming shots I do are usually you drop them into a pint of beer, though.
Out of your
How
navel.
I like them. Out of my navel. Set my navel on fire.
You have a perfectly placed navel.
This is stupendous. So Trent's bedroom talk is just fantastic,
Care to give us a sample?
Oh, yeah, you're stupendous. You have perfect nipple placement.
You got perfect nipple placement.
This is so good. And then she throws back the stupendous back at him later, and he's just laughing like, oh, man, you said the thing that I said. This is great. That's going on. My boy.
He likes it when people
Chewie.
say back to him the things he said.
Yeah, well, that's a big Trent thing. My boy is out there. Yeah, he finds the high-class booze hidden in a locker inside the tool shed, which poor people call a house. He's going through all this really nice stuff, and then Jadar pops up. He's holding the hockey. Well, Chewie's holding the hockey stick. He notices Jadar's mask. He's like, I think this is yours, and gives it to him. He did also say that the hockey stick is curved to the left like his penis.
Hey. Now this is a man's sport. Even curved to the left like my penis.
Yep, same, buddy.
I don't think they wrote
Same.
any lines for him.
I don't think they needed to. The man's a genius.
Like, I don't think any of that's in the
He
script.
drank. Do you think he drank a beer out of his actual shoe that his foot was in with no socks?
You see how dirty that shoe was? That's like a lawn mowing shoe.
Ew.
And he chugged a beer out of it. Chewie is my spirit animal.
My spirit animal is a capybara.
That's fair. See that video of the duck next to the capybara when it falls over into the water and the duck's like, are you dead, man? But then it gets up.
Of course.
Of course. Well, Chewie is dead because he gets a nice slow poke through the throat. That was malicious. And Jadar, I didn't appreciate that. Killed my boy. And then Clay and Jenna get back. And they're like, hey, man, we got to get the cops. We need help, blah, blah, blah. Jenna's trying to get Trent out of the bedroom. Her boyfriend Trent,
but
she's
he's
not
not done yet.
He's like, look, you gotta wait, baby. He called her baby while he's still.
he's literally inside the other lady.
Yeah, I'm like, what in the world, man? This whole thing. Are you friends? I don't know. He gets out. He's all mad. He wants to fight Sam again. Clay. Clay's like, seriously, bro? That's like, oh, we're bros now. He didn't say seriously, bro. But whatever. Anyway, Lawrence is like, I gotta get my boy Chewie. So he's gearing up. He gets a pot as like a shield. And what's his other weapon? I don't even remember.
I thought it was just the pan from PUBG.
Maybe it was. Anyway, he goes out there. He runs into Jadar. Then he's running away from Jadar. And Jadar picks up a full-size fucking axe. Like, not a throwing axe. A full-size fucking axe.
Well, I mean, any axe is a throwing axe if you can throw it.
Well, I said everything is a ranged weapon for Jadar, apparently. Because he fucking chucks this axe, nails him in the back, and leaves him there as bait.
So, was he a Stark child that we didn't know about?
Who, Jason?
No, the character that just got an axe to the back. Because all he had to do was step 1 foot to the left,
one
foot
see.
to the
I
right,
understand.
and it just missed, and this whole thing would not have happened. But he's got that Stark destiny in him.
He's got that Stark blood
run
in him.
Straight, run consistently.
Same speed.
Do not deviate.
Let them think you might zig or zag, and let them try to play the zig or zag. It ain't gonna happen. They won't expect me to run straight.
They won't expect me just to keep the course and take it like a dead man. Yeah. Ned Stark, your fucking blood's useless.
Yeah, but you know what?
What?
At least Trent got away, right?
I actually don't remember how Trent dies.
So
Trent takes a blow.
he,
I
and
bet he
then
does.
He gets impaled on the back of a tow truck.
Oh,
Not a tow truck. Yeah,
That was a
it's
good
pickup truck
that
spike
was
on
a
the back.
good little
and drives
fake
away.
out with the car, I thought. Because it's taken so long for like the guy in the car to like do anything. You're like, is that Jason in the car? Jason doesn't.
Jason drives.
Jason
I
doesn't
thought that
drive
too.
cars.
I had two thoughts. One, Jason in the car, or it was the old mummy who was going to shoot the guy for no reason, just, makes a fake. I also thought that this movie was going to give us something we hadn't had before, which
An
was
accomplice.
Jason's dad. I thought the cop who earlier
Jason
told
doesn't have
Clay
a father. The
immaculately
mother
conceived
was impregnated by the Force.
slugs. Yes, four slugs,
Yes,
snails.
he is the chosen one.
Gotta salt the snails. Salt the slugs.
I thought the cop was going to turn out to be
He
his
was-
dad.
He was
And when he
supposed
showed
to
up, he
bring
was gonna start killing
balance to
people.
the pH levels of the lake.
Was he? But the cop took a thing to the eyeball and my theory died. And I'm like, okay, this movie is not going to do anything interesting. Carry on.
But hey, Clay got to introduce his new girlfriend to his sister. Wait, how did Bree die?
Jason was in the house.
Yeah, he was outside their window while they were hooking up, right?
Well, he was watching that, yeah.
He managed to get through the I guess it was the window that she looked at, which had a bunch of glass bottles right in front of it, the window that was open. So Jason, big, bulky Jason, managed to get through that window without knocking any of those down, and he lowered it back again. And then for some reason, he wants to be stealthy. He wants to be Stealthy Snake.
Oh, yeah, he grabs her in the shower, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's when he muffles her scream and throws her up on the antlers. All
Which, like,
lost
would there-
boys.
Do you put antlers in a bathroom?
My kills are everywhere, man.
I put soap on it. My loofahs.
I wouldn't put, like, wall antlers in any slippery room.
Well,
All rooms are slippery if you try hard enough.
Wall antlers only go on carpeted areas, I feel. There's no slippage.
question. When they get out of the house, that there's Clay, Jenna, Trent. Jason throws Bree. I guess we should say that Trent got a gun. Pow!
Yeah, it was gun time.
And he shot dead Bree a couple times because that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also shot an empty pair of shoes.
And then he opens the door.
It's like Jason killed her. It's like, do you know that, Trent? I don't think you know that, Trent.
I like to think she was alive, and then
I think it would have been better if
Vinegar Stroke
Jason
Trent came.
if
along.
Jason hadn't killed her then.
That would have been better.
Yeah.
That would have been more interesting. But so that means it didn't happen in this movie.
Who took the bear trap to the back?
Jason.
Oh, yeah.
We're not there yet though. So Jason throws Bree out of the house, smashes the cop car. So that sends Trent scurrying in one direction. Jenna
Also,
and
he
Clay.
screams and it's hilarious.
It's good scream, isn't it? So after Trent's dead, they're heading towards the house, Clay and Jenna, and Clay said he was headed this way. He throws that line out there, like the direction they're going is like, hurry. He was headed this way. Number one, how does he know that? Jason just went after Trent, so he literally went the opposite direction. And two, if that's the case, why are you stopping at the house? Shouldn't you just keep running?
Shouldn't we be heading another way?
Or
No, we got like another
turn
20
right,
minutes of the movie.
turn
so.
left, turn. Okay, and then I'm like, oh
Turn left.
no, you find your sister. No, now we have two survivor girls. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I'm like, nah, and I'm like, okay, maybe Big Brother's gonna die. Nah,
Maybe.
nope, no. Sad.
Got a weak-ass ceiling? Can't hold Jadar's fat ass?
Wait, he's on the ceiling?
He gets strung up momentarily, does he not?
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Yes. When we get to the wood chipper scene.
Yeah, that doesn't hold his weight.
Yeah. Oh, Jenna died, by the way.
Yeah, how'd Jenna die?
How'd she die, Daniel?
I mean, I thought this was the sister, so I don't even know.
She gets alien. So the alien scene of the alien xenomorph coming out of the chest. Instead of that, it's a machete that just pops right out of her, and we're like, "Oh no!" And then she gets pulled back into the black hole.
Because I thought it was the sister because the way Sam is reacting, it made it seem like he cared.
Well, they love each other.
But they don't know each other.
You missed the scene where he gave his dead cancer mama's wedding ring that he stole off her corpse one day, and so he gave that to Jenna, Daniel. He was showing her selfies of his vinegar strokes during the entire woodwalking that they did. Yeah.
There was a bit when they were walking, and you could see him talking, but you don't hear him talking. Like, what are you guys talking about?
He's saying, and this is where my face looks like I've swallowed some vinegar. Red barn. A barn.
A barn that is red.
A barn that is red. Look,
we're back at the red barn.
Chipper, were they gonna hit? They're gonna hit the start button on the whoop ass machine.
I was so happy.
They needed to get his ass in the wood chipper.
I'm like, is it chipper time? Can it be chipper time? It could. Is it chipper time? No.
It got close.
It got really close.
Wasn't he like getting sucked in?
At one point, the chain that was around him was getting pulled into the wood chipper.
Yeah. So if you're gonna do that, why not just have him be like
because
slowly?
they wanted to tease us.
But
there's a whole like, and then once he's restrained, so the chain around his neck, the loose end is in the chipper, so it's pulling him in, and then sister captive comes over and just stabs him once with a machete, giving him the lamest line, like,
oh yeah, what did she say?
Talk to your mom in hell, or ask your mom in hell, something like that. Just stabs him.
No,
once.
Say hi to mommy.
And then she said, say hi to mommy. In hell.
In hell? Vinegar stroke
Yeah,
face?
but then
in hell?
Then she
Ugh.
did that that roundhouse kick right into the fucking wood chipper, right?
Oh yeah.
Right?
It went fatality.
Yeah.
No, she stabbed him one time, and I'm like, come on, you had 3 other friends. Stab him. Give him one stab for each friend.
Then they threw him in the lake?
Yeah, they threw his mask in the lake.
You're forgetting the part where his head goes into the wood chipper.
Oh,
and
it did
just
go
kind of
in?
like tickles the back of his brain a little bit. And I'm like, so are you gonna kill him or not? And I thought he was dead because they carried his body to the lake and tossed him in.
Why though?
So it's a Lazarus pit.
technically they did do a murder, and they have to hide the
Look,
evidence.
we killed
of
this
that.
guy.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. What I like is the shot. So imagine the rest of the series doesn't exist. Imagine it's just this movie.
Okay.
And imagine there's no like real lore outside that story they told about the old camp of Jason or anything. So Jason's been alive for what, 30, 40 years at this point? The shot of his hockey mask floating down to the bottom of the lake. He wore a mask one night, and forever now that's the personification of him. Like, come on, guys! I was a lot more than just this mask.
I built bridges for 20 years.
Yes,
fuck one
but
goat.
I had a fucking...
You fuck one goat. You wear one hockey mask while you fuck one goat.
I'm the fucking goat fucker. Yeah, that was my thoughts. I'm like, really hanging on the mask here, but this is a remake or kind of a sequel-ish thing. Come on. And then we have to go back to the old surprise. Guess what? That water was really cold. It woke me up. I'm going to jump back out of the fucking dock. I'm going to grab you. Movie ends.
There is a scene in, I think it's his house or the bus, somewhere around there, where we get Clay, whose back is turned to a window, and Jason comes through the window and grabs him a la Part 2. And I like that homage. Mm-hmm. That homage was fine. And I don't mind the homage at the end of this one, as it's instead of a child Jason who comes up and snatches her off a boat, it's big old adult Jason who comes up through a dock. That's fun. But
should have been a slug.
Daniel, you keep saying that movie was more interesting to me than this one.
Well, that's because...
Well, it's definitely interesting.
I don't know how many times I have to say this. That movie's good.
No, it's definitely out there.
You don't have to convince me.
I can watch this movie more than I can watch that movie.
I'll pass slugs with you all day.
As I like this movie. I think it was a solid remake. I think if there hadn't been any rights issues, I think this would have been an okay launching pad to start just making random ones again. Because you weren't going to have interconnected stories off of this or anything. It was just going to be like, well, we're still making them. This one made money. It definitely looks more modern.
It did look modern.
So, I mean, and look, we'll talk about all the other stuff we're potentially getting in the recap episode. But there's more to come, finally. We'll just leave it at that.
Wait, there's another movie?
there will be more content, but I'm not telling you about it now. I'm going to tell you about it tomorrow.
Holy shit, because all right, you don't have to say anything, but I'm like, this movie was so bad that they didn't make another one.
No, it probably made money. They just didn't do it because of the rights thing.
It's the rights issues.
It was a rights issues? Okay.
Yeah, they had the great game.
Because I did notice it was New
game.
Line Cinema and Paramount.
Platinum Dunes.
Sorry. Well, no, Platinum Dooms it's a subsidiary of, I think it's Paramount. When it was, because it's like, before this hasn't really happened, where it was New Line Cinema and Paramount together. Before it was just New Line Cinema for Freddy vs. Jason, I think.
Yeah.
And so that's where I'm like, oh, okay, so now we have two studios working together, and you say there's rights issues.
Michael Bay presents, not one explosion.
Michael Bay. There was not one explosion in this movie.
No Transformers.
There was gratuitous butt shots, but all right.
Actors that were in Transformers, Trent, Travis Van Winkle, he played the character named Trent in Transformers.
Coincidence?
Did he walk up to a Transformer and say, "You've got perfect bolt placement"?
Yeah, I like the place of your nuts.
Let me adjust them.
Yes, look, I think this movie's a good time, but I think it's also, if it wasn't a Friday the 13th movie, it'd be one of those ones you watch and then it kind of fades into the background of your mind.
Kind of like how it did for me,
that.
even though I literally finished watching it like 2 hours ago.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's not good. It's
no,
just not
that's what that
overly
means.
memorable.
Okay.
No, it's a good time.
Here we go. All right, here's Ryan's rankings right now. 1, 4,
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
hold
5,
on.
6, 2, Freddy vs. Jason,
Oh.
9, Jason X, Remake, 8 through 7.
Jason X feels like that's too low. Look, I'm gonna.
There's a
have to go
lot of
back and
movies in
re-listen.
this. There's like 12 movies in this thing, so.
And they've kind of blurred together to me. I'm trying to remember which ones are really, really low.
That would be 8, 3, and 7.
8, 3, and
Trust
7
me,
sounds
yeah.
about right.
I don't think is that right?
Oh, 100% right, Daniel.
But for me, and I think it's just because when I watched
I don't know
them,
which one's which.
I'm guessing I'm going to have X, Freddy vs. Jason, and the remake a lot higher on mine.
You don't have, well, to me, you don't get as much fun as you do watching like 4, 5, and 6 back to back.
4, 5,
It's just solid.
is that the Tommy
Yeah.
arc?
And then Jason.
The Tommy arc
yeah.
is really fucking good.
And then you get 9, you get Slugs. That's fantastic.
That's so fuck. But what if it was Jason?
That's
They could have done that.
yes. They could. I mean, I think Outer Limits did it with maybe Jack the Ripper. Only it was like space aliens. It's like, yeah, this has been done before. It's the hidden.
We were a coin flip away from like Michael Myers, but he's a slug. I mean, it could have been any of them,
Right, but it was this one. So
But it was this one,
but it was this one.
and it's better for it.
It's the best one.
The best one, Daniel says. Daniel's into that tentacle goo inside of you. Why do I say Daniel? I'm in it too. I want to roll around with you, Daniel. Let's do it.
It looks like a 90s Dreamcast FMV game.
Yes. Okay. I'll
Yes.
give you that.
It's
I'll
like
give you that.
it's good. I don't know. There's I don't know what to tell you. It's just good.
He's a simple
Yeah.
man. He likes
I'm
a simple
man.
slug in your mouth.
We'll talk about Derek Mears, our Jason Voorhees in this.
Okay.
You've probably seen him in a few things, out of costume and in costume, but he was Swamp Thing in that really good Swamp Thing show that came out in the DC.
There's a
like
Swamp
handful
Thing
of years
show.
ago. It was so fucking good and dark. Only got one season. He's 6'5". He is fit as fuck. He trained, martial arts, all that jazz.
He was a ninja.
I listened to an episode of a podcast that he was a guest on, and that dude is hilarious. Okay, I need to see him doing more comedy work. Like, he doesn't need to be just behind the mask. I'm a big fan of Derek Mears. I agree with Ryan. I don't think his Jason necessarily had a lot of personality, but he was just agile and quick. I don't think they really utilized him there, but I guess we'll talk about this in the recap. I want to talk about which Jason do you think is your most intimidating Jason?
Slug.
Slug Jason.
Because they're
Slug.
slimy.
Slimy.
The slimy.
How do
Slug
they
Jason.
move?
Which Jason do you want to put on a sandwich?
Slug.
Slug. See, Slug's going to win every time. Which slug do you want to send into... No, I've ruined it for you. Which slug do you want to send into space? It's the slug. Slug wins.
What creature of the animal kingdom has perfect nipple placement?
Slug!
A slug.
Slug!
How do slugs move?
They slug around.
Oh my god. It's a perfect animal.
Whip!
I like that you've
As,
taken over my old man. Let's end the conversation.
Yeah, that's the Midwestern
It's infectious.
the Midwestern farewell. As always, I've been your horrible host, even curved to the left like my penis, Kenny.
I'm gonna go wank it to a picture of a slug I found in National Geographic, Daniel.
Wearing
Beautiful.
a sweater.
Red barn. A barn. That is red. Ryan.
We'll see you tomorrow, fuckers, to talk about all this again.
I'm gonna come with some slug facts tomorrow.
Oh, yes! Slug trivia.
You're not my slug bro.
I wonder
Slug bug, no tag backs.
what does a slug
Shit.
vinegar stroke face look like?
Probably death. I feel like vinegar would kill a slug.
Yeah, they probably don't like it.